Good to know you haven't taken it off, he said as he let go of the silver crucifix around my neck. I shuddered as it gently brushed against my chest, triggering old memories. The funny thing is, I didn't believe in God before him. I didn't believe in a lot of things for that matter. I believed in my Savior, and his name was John Thomas. The cigarette smoke hovered around my room, creating what looked like angels framed by the moon's light. He never asked when I started to smoke, or prohibited me from doing it, which I liked. It had been 2 months since I'd moved in, and in that moment, as I lifted my hand and twirled the smoke with my fingers, I knew he'd remembered too. You're still just a girl, Aria. Probably weighed what? He asked, with a concern I had seen only once before. Maybe like 90 pounds? I stuttered while I felt my stomach above my hoodie, feeling my pierced belly button and sharp rib cage. He looked at me, long and hard, analyzing if it was the right moment. He handed me my vitamins with a cold glass of water and sat next to me slowly. He felt my scars with his fingertips, just enough for me to feel his questions. His slick black curls bounced as he laid his head on the leather sofa. He smelled old, but in a good way if that makes sense. As I let myself fall into the soft seat beside him, he avoided touching my arms, or staring too long. It felt it was time to show him, tell him. For the first time, JT didn't flinch, and for the first time, I knew he was working up the nerve to ask. JT had seen all kinds of things in Fort Pierce's Naval Academy, but little did he know about a sensation inside that still slithered inside me, engulfing my veins, burning them from the inside out. Why hadn't he come sooner? Why hadn't he just tried to ask the right questions? He continued to watch me, hair up in a messy bun, oversized hoodie masking the shape of my pale, frail body. I knew he still saw me as that afflicted girl back on 10th Street as I looked down at my hands and arms and met his gaze. I've been to hell, JT. The truth is, the devil didn't like me enough, so she spat me back out. I said. June 13th, 2 months ago, was the day John Thomas Walsh, JT for short, found me.
The myth of the haunted mansion is one that lives in the town of Rosendale, Ivory Tent, the smallest town to be known to mankind. So small, not everyone knows about its whereabouts. Almost always, it's dark and gloomy. It rains almost every day of the year. On those rare days when the sun comes out, it's people who decide to stay indoors. For there is something about the sun that no one in Rosendale enjoys. The concept of the town is pretty basic. There's one elementary school, one middle school, and one high school. There's a nursery and a mall with 7 stores. Most of the people in Rosendale focus on farming, so no one actually tries to go to college. They conform with what they have. Rosendale has around 502 people living within the town, so it's safe to say that everyone knows everybody. It is almost so small that everyone knows everything about everyone. But today, I am here to tell you about the story of Marco and his friends. The story of the boy that lived the impossible, escaped the unstoppable, and well, we'll see if he lived to tell the tale. Part 1, Marco Roberto. It was 11 a.m. on a Sunday morning. There was nothing unusual about Rosendale. It was hushed, foggy, and it smelled like freshly mowed grass. Usually, everyone here in Rosendale lives in a one-story home with their parents and siblings. Houses are built by the people that are going to live there. It's a pretty self-sufficient town, if you ask me. Every morning, I wake up to the smell of sour coffee and cigars. My father finds comfort in smoking a cigar in the morning and evening. My mother finds her inner peace after her morning coffee. Everyone has a drug. My parents have found theirs, while I still search for mine. You see, coming from a small town where everyone talks about everything you do is not my idea of fun. It contradicts the whole idea of Rosendale. Rosendale is so small, we aren't even on the map. In fact, if you travel 40 miles south of Rosendale, people who have lived in the closest town nearby their entire life won't be able to tell you about us. It's a little secret, kept from the world. Sometimes, I like the idea of us being so private. Other times, I hate the fact that it's so small, we have no privacy at all. Makes me wonder what would happen if our presence became known worldwide. Would we finally have our space?